Hi and welcome to my channel. So I've just spoken to a gentleman who was recently deported from the UK after staying here for just over 2 years, working incredibly hard according to him, but because of circumstances between him and his wife, he has ended up back home where he came from alone and very disheartened. But that's what I'm going to share with you in today's video, because this is becoming a trend in the UK, and that's why I was like, let me talk about it. It's not the first time I'm dealing with something like this, but it's good that we are aware. So if you're new to my channel, obviously you're welcome. If you haven't joined this family, hit the subscribe button below, hit that follow button below, because I'm all about bringing you the best opportunities in the UK when it comes to jobs, career progression in the UK, side hustle ideas, as well as earning extra money from home so that you can work less, earn a lot more money, and get to retire early. In fact, my objective is to retire before I actually turn 40. So that's the goal. But where are you watching this video from at the moment? Tell me the name of your country in the comment section below. So what is really happening, in the UK, but most especially with this gentleman, what happens, like I said, is something that is becoming more and more common with us, African couples. And that's why I thought, well, maybe I should talk about this and it's going to help somebody. So if you're watching this and you're in the UK on visa sponsorship, or you're planning to relocate to the UK, come close and hear me out. Very important. Do you trust the dependent that you're with or not? Like, you need to be really aware. And by the way, I do have a free Telegram group. I've dropped the link in the comment section below. If you need support with UK jobs, visa sponsorship, whether it's to switch or you're still relocating, the best opportunities in the UK, studying nursing for free without paying any tuition fees. Applications are open for that, by the way. Leave a comment in the comment section and say, I want to study nursing for free in the UK. But the Telegram group is going to be there for you to chat, to interact, to ask questions about all the things I've spoken about. And obviously, like I said, it's completely free for you to join. And the link is in the comment section below. So what happened to this couple? So the wife had a student visa to study in the UK, obviously for a master's course. Now, so that was 1 year. And so the husband has been on a dependent visa, obviously, working hard to be able to support the wife. So while she was obviously studying in the UK, now she successfully completed her studies, which is obviously good news, all smooth and amazing. But then guess what happens after that? After that, and I'm going to tell you also what to do, the steps that you need to get your own job and your own COS, in the UK, if you find yourself under these circumstances, or you're in the UK as a dependent and you're not sure. You know what I mean? You get what I mean? I'm not going to talk too much about this, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So basically, the wife completed her studies, applied for a graduate visa, and they gave them 2 years, which is all perfect, right? Her and the husband. But then while on the graduate visa, you wouldn't believe what happened. She then was able to switch because, as you know, if you study in the UK, once you've completed your studies, whether it's undergrad or postgrad as an international student, you've got the chance to apply for a 2-year graduate visa, which was introduced by former Prime Minister, obviously, Boris Johnson. Amazing, pathway for students in the UK. Is really good. You get a visa to work for 2 years. During those 2 years, you can do any job that you want. You can find a job. You can switch your visa to a permanent work visa. So it's a very fantastic opportunity. In fact, I've supported people, who have made ridiculous amount of money while being on this visa, especially if you don't have kids, and you're not struggling with childcare. There's a lot of money to be made when it comes to this. But anyway, talking about a lot of money to be made, I have a support group called the Work From Home Tribe. So my Work From Home Tribe is all about helping you to get started earning extra money from home anywhere in the world. And talking about this, I'm currently in the UK and I'm working for a company in the US, doing a project with them. And I'm making about £15,000 a month doing these work from home jobs. And so I know what I'm talking about, right? But I started 8 years ago. We've got to be honest about that. I'm not new into all of this. My background is in nursing, but you know how nursing is in the UK, right? Yeah, even though I'm a very senior nurse, but my work from home jobs are the real deal. Let me tell you that. But the Work From Home Tribe is there to help you get started. I've got a live masterclass coming up on Wednesday, which many of you have already registered, which is perfect. If you've not registered, leave a comment in the comment section and say, I want the live masterclass, and I'll share the details with you. Like I said, I've got a free Telegram group. You can join, you can ask questions there, you can interact, you can chat. It's a lot easier, but it's really up to you. Or you can just contact me directly if that works better for you as well, on how to join and become a member of the Work From Home Tribe. When you join, I've got the links, I've got the companies, I've got CV samples, cover letter samples, I've got resources, courses that you need that are accepted globally. and all the different entry-level work from home jobs, how to get started. If you're on visa sponsorship, which ones can you do? You're studying in the UK, which ones can you do? Because it makes a massive difference, because many of these jobs in the UK pay peanuts and you deserve way better. So again, it's called the Work From Home Tribe, and it's there to help you to get started, because I've got 8 years of experience doing this, and I'm telling you, it's the best thing you can do for yourself. So enough about, all of these before somebody says, hey, Melvis, get to the point. Yes, I will get to the point now. So this wife basically got a job, she got a job with the NHS, which is the National Health Service in the UK. They gave her visa sponsorship and she was able to switch her visa. But guess what? She did not even tell the husband that she had a job. So hubby was there working hard, and all of that. Zero idea that the wife had a job, talk less, switch her visa. So she switched her visa. She had her work visa, obviously, in the UK, permanent visa, but she did not tell her husband, neither did she include him in the obviously visa application, even though she could. Because as you may know, if you're watching this and you're in the UK or out, the NHS is the best employer when it comes to visa sponsorship in the UK at the moment. Because you don't have all the drama that comes with private companies that don't have hours, that don't have shifts, that don't have these, I'm going up, I'm coming down, are they going to renew? There's none of that. But it takes a lot of grit to be able to apply for those jobs. I've shared lots of extensive details and information on this channel about NHS jobs, which ones give sponsorship, how to apply. In fact, that's my expertise. If I can say that, I've got is it 13 years or 12 years of experience working for the NHS now? And I also support UK companies, by the way, with consulting, when it comes to recruitment events and all of that. So there's a lot of opportunities there in the NHS. And by the way, if you need support applying for NHS jobs, leave a comment in the comment section and say how to apply for NHS jobs, and obviously share further details your way. But like I said, it's the best option. So the husband had no idea that all this while he was on a graduate visa, while they were praying together and hoping that they will get to switch their visa to remain in the UK long term, the wife had already switched. But the wife then informed the Home Office, which is the UK immigration, that actually she is no longer with the man. They're no longer in a relationship. The relationship is done, dusted, forgotten, and in the past. She no longer wants to be in a relationship with him. Obviously, I haven't heard from the wife. I'm not saying this is right, this is wrong. I'm just saying that these are the facts laid bare. And I'm saying that if you're in the UK or planning to come to the UK on a dependent visa, or you've got a spouse, you need to be sleeping with, you know what I mean, like this, one eye open, especially when you know that things are not really smooth. Like I said, I've dealt with lots of these cases from brothers and sisters that lots of things are going on. And when I say dealt with it, by the way, I'm not an immigration lawyer. Just to make sure, I am dealing with it in the sense that I'm helping to get a job, that offers visa sponsorship. I think I've got to be very clear in case somebody's like, oh, you're a lawyer. No, I'm not. I don't deal with, the legal side of things. I need to get my own COS. I need my own job in the UK. Melvis, how do I apply? What can I apply for? These are my qualifications. This is my situation. This is the visa that I've got. And this is what my objective is, and then I can say, okay, this is the best job that is entry level, or maybe you're a nurse, so you can do this, or maybe you can study this course, you can do this. So that's what I do. So it's more like career coaching and not the legal side when it comes to immigration, because if you need a lawyer, I know some brilliant, excellent lawyers that I can recommend to you and say, oh, you've got immigration issues that need, legal issues, you need a lawyer. But I'm there for the legal side in terms of applying for jobs legally without paying thousands of pounds. Legal employers that get a job with the NHS, that's what I do. So the husband, when he found out, the Home Office has sent him a letter. So he received a letter from UK immigration, basically giving him 60 days, 60-day notice to either switch his visa to another work visa or to leave the UK within the 60 days. So obviously he was very heartbroken. I think, he said he didn't see this coming. He thought everything was going on smoothly. And marriage can be very complex, right? One person thinks everything's perfect. The other one thinks nothing is going well, but communication is key. That's how he found out. Obviously he was like, hey, wifey, what's happening? She was like, no, I'm done. Before he knew it, she found her house, she moved, packed all of her things, and that was her gone. And so he got stuck, had no choice, and ended up having to leave the UK so he doesn't overstay. So he contacted me to help him to get a job because he wants to come back to the UK. He doesn't want to stay back home. Very disheartening. But tell me in the comment section, what lessons can you learn from this gentleman's heartfelt, sad story?